What's going on, everybody? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and
Jamal already four. I thought you were gonna display your own name. You would go fuck up your own shit.
that was the. Well, welcome to another episode of the Prelude tonight. Okay, as you guys know, we are one of your, I would say, number one source for interviews with LGBT reality TV shows, but we ain't. I don't think we number one yet. We in the top 10 now. I just say we top 10.
Which I say top five because
Okay, well, since he said it, we're one of your top five stops for
the
your
come to
LGBT.
us when the girls come to us. Okay,
Yes, okay, yes, okay. Now, speaking of LGBT reality web series, we have another guest from one of the brand new LGBT reality series. It's called The Grind Dallas Edition. Not only is he a cast member of the show, but he's also one of the creators of the show, and he is one of the executive producers of said show. Okay, he say the best for last. And I do think that this interview will be damn good. I think he's going to be very much so open and honest about everything. 'Cause as far as we've been getting to know this young fellow, he is very open and honest about everything. And just show him a little bit of love. And here he is. We're going to bring in Jeremy Stevens, the cast member, co-creator, and executive producer of the Grind Dallas Edition. What's going on?
What's going on? Hi. How y'all doing?
I'm good. You look
Oh,
comfortable in your million.
Yes, y'all know I just had that surgery, that lipo.
oh, that's what it was.
I had to go get lipo. You know, I've been told I had a bad body on the shelf, so I had to go and get that lipo done.
Baby, I just want to look. I'm just looking behind you right now. I see well lit. I see furniture. You know,
Oh, stop it.
there's lighting. There's like square footage behind you.
Yeah, I tried to light it up a little bit for y'all. I didn't want it to be all dim, so.
Well, you
We
did a
know
good job.
what? We thank you for coming onto the platform. Are you ready?
I am. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. We've had just about every member from the Grind Dallas cast come up on here, show up and show out.
Yeah.
Actually, no, you didn't have two. No, maybe
I
three.
said just about,
Lay didn't come, but the other two, yeah.
just about, just
Yeah.
about.
Just about. Just about.
So we've given you, your own introduction. We know who you are and your relation to the show, but we want to give you a chance so we can hear from your own mouth of who you are, what it is that you do, and tell us an interesting fact about yourself that your audience may not know about you.
Okay. Well, everybody know I'm Jeremy Stevens. Y'all see the name below. Um, I'm 33 years old, originally born in Chicago, Illinois. I ended up leaving Chicago, Illinois, probably like around 17. And I ended up going to Omaha, Nebraska with my best friend, which is Sean. And, that's when I pretty much started to get like in the job field. Like I was working at the car rental company. Then I used to work for Budget Rent a Car at the airport. So like anytime people come in, if they ain't got transportation, I don't think Uber was around then. They'll come to the car rental company and, they see me. And, I used to always try to upsell like the insurance and the gas and stuff like that. And to be honest, I was good at it. And I was like, damn, you real good in sales. You know what I'm saying? So, you need to keep that in the back of your head. Like this is a good skill, a good trait that you can use throughout life. So I did that for probably like a couple years. Then I ended up moving to Kansas City, Missouri. That's when I kind of got like in the medical field. And I was doing that for probably about like 12 years. And after that, I was just like, you know what? I need something to kind of supplement my income. So where can you make a lot of money at? And I was like, just go to school, get your real estate license, and start selling real estate. So I started selling real estate. I'd had my life probably about like 3 years now. Made a lot of money doing it, and I ended up moving to Texas. Is because this is where my friend Sean currently reside, and he was just like, "Brother, come down here. If you come down here, you can, expand your business and stuff." So I'm like, "I bet." End up moving down here. I opened up a restaurant. End up getting my license here in the state of Texas. So now I'm licensed in 3 states, which is Texas, Missouri, and Kansas. And the rest is basically history. Interesting fact about me. A lot of people may not know I'm shy. Y'all looking like, yeah, I'm shy. Real talk.
But I can't imagine. I haven't associated shyness with a salesperson ever, because you have
Yes,
to
I
be
am shy.
gregarious. You have to be outgoing and engaging to pursue people to buy something. So how are you shy at the same time?
See, my money is always on the prize. So since I know kind of how to talk to people, I kind of could get what I want, if that makes sense. So again, that's like a skill that you develop over the years, like I said in the beginning. So just because a person really know how to sell, don't necessarily mean that they can't be shy. Like I'm shy. Like sometimes I'd be afraid to approach a person because I don't really know like what they gonna say, like what's gonna be their backlash, their feedback. Like let's say if I see a cutie in the club, I may be afraid to approach that individual. Let's say whenever I go to a job interview, I may be scared to say certain things or shy to meet it. So yeah, I'm really shy, for real, for real. Although y'all probably can't see it, but it's the truth. I really am shy.
That's crazy. It's like all of
I
y'all.
can kind of see it though.
You
I
It,
can?
can.
I don't
Just a
see.
little bit. Just a
Yeah,
little
and then
bit.
I don't know if y'all noticed when I'm really, really shy, nervous about a situation, I lick my lips a lot like that. So I know y'all saw a lot of that like in the show. So yeah,
hmm
but I really am shy. I'm shy as fuck. Oh, can we cuss on here?
hmm
Okay.
This is on Scotty's channel. Do you know the things that he be saying?
You said what?
I said we are on Scotty's channel. Do you know the things that he be saying?
Oh yeah, boo. I want to be respectable on the show. I want to be respectable. But yeah, that's a little bit about myself though. I know how to cook also. A lot of people probably don't know. I know how to cook. I can cook really, really good.
Okay.
We're gonna have to find out. You know, one day you're gonna have to make me a little entree, a little something. I already got Neiman and Stanley ready to bake me something and make some oxtail, so I'm gonna get a full course meal.
Well, Neiman can really bake some stuff. His cupcakes is pretty good. So he's good with the sweets. I can say that.
So I've heard. I'm gonna have to find out. You know, I like to see things firsthand.
Yes, he does.
So, creator, tell us about how you came up with the idea of the Grind Dallas show. How did that come about?
Well, to be honest, it really was something I've always wanted to do. Like I've always like dreamed big, like when I was younger. And to be honest, like how people go through things like in life, like when they're growing up, especially being like a homosexual, and like how we not accepted by like sometimes your family members, sometimes people at school, just overall. And to be honest, I had to deal like with abandonment issues like from my family. So I didn't know how to, I guess, like express myself. And again, when I started talking to people, building rapport with people, that's when it came like from the sales. And I'm just like, you know what? This is a way of me actually expressing myself. Like, I can get all that negative energy and things up out of me by expressing myself to become creative like this. And, when I moved down here, COVID ended up hitting, my restaurant ended up kind of closing down. I'm in the process of opening up another restaurant. You got to continue to do things to, I guess, reinvent yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because the restaurant closed, you don't want to just like stop and do nothing and go back to like a 9 to 5. Like, that just wasn't me. So I was just like, you know what? Why don't I end up coming out with my own reality show? And because of my testimonies that I end up going throughout life, maybe I could help someone else, you know what I'm saying, that had some of the same issues that I end up going through when I was younger. So me and my buddy Sean end up having a conversation, and I'm just like, let's get together, let's do a show. Sean thought that me and him couldn't do the show by ourselves. So he like, well, before we get out there, since a lot of people really don't know us here in Texas, you have a couple connections. Won't you reach out to a couple people and see what some of their feedback? That's actually how I ended up running into Stanley. And, he came over here. I pitched the idea to him. And basically it's like that, not just my testimony, because like things that I've been through may could only help a certain individual. But if we got like a gang of people on this show, something that Sean may have went through, something that Stanley may have went through, something that Neiman may have ended up going through, that could actually help like our younger generation get, through shit. And basically that's how it came about. Just like that.
That's a commendable story. Because, there's really no better way than to just put yourself out there and just, see what happens. Stepping out of the way.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
At the same time, it's like that you teaching people, you know what I'm saying? Like our younger generation behind us, like, damn, you can get out here, you can grind. You don't have to do shit this way. You know what I'm saying? To make money. You can do it this way. That's what the show was really supposed to be about. Not saying that it was like that. I know we saw a lot of drama, but like that was the essence, like of what we was trying to do, like when we initially had the conversation. But that's how the show came about.
Well, I know that whenever people come up with reality shows, I know the most things they be saying is, well, we wasn't expecting, I know we saw a lot of drama, but this is what the show was supposed to be about. Now, y'all know, well, y'all doing a reality show, it's gonna be some drama some damn where.
Yeah, but you know what? I didn't really think that it was going to be the drama that we couldn't come back from. You know what I'm saying? I think that nobody go into a situation thinking the worst. You know what I'm saying? So we know that the drama was going to come, but, I guess me being 33 years old and other cast members being of age, a little bit older than I, some people just a tad bit, younger than me, that we all could sit down and have a civil conversation and not shit escalate to the point where we got to lower our standards, by like fighting or cussing one another, like just always be about. I didn't really think that it was going to be like that. I really thought that we had a lot of level-headed people, to be honest. I thought.
He heard. He thought.
Yes, I thought.
What would you say from being a part of a reality show, not even considering the producing part, just being, amongst the cast, what would you say was the biggest lesson that you learned?
How to be around people. To be honest, again, that's why I keep telling y'all, like, I'm really shy. But it's just like certain people I just wouldn't fuck with. You see what I'm saying? And granted, again, I'm 33. I've been smoking since I was 29 years old. And ever since I started smoking weed, that kind of helped me, like, be around people, like, sit around and, like, not judge them. Like, I'm just being honest, because sometimes I can be very fucking judgmental. It's like the weed kind of helped calm that down. And then I can actually be around them to get to kind of understand them. So this show actually ended up teaching me, like, giving a person an opportunities that I probably wouldn't have given, like, 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying? 5 years ago. So that's what that show have taught me. The show taught me, like, literally how to be a team player too. To be honest, like, I'm so competitive, like, all the time. I don't really like people on my motherfucking team. I'm just being honest. So that's another thing that it challenged me at. And, I learned to adjust to it. That's what I'll say.
I'm still stuck on the weed part helping you out.
Because, listen, one day you will know. Weed is so much better than alcohol to me. Alcohol so harsh on the body, these hangovers, all that shit. But a good baby, never mind. I ain't gonna sit here and promote the drug use. Next question.
Yeah, because you you've been trying to get me to do. You've been trying to get me to do weed the longest, and I just
Baby, it's
won't
so
let it.
much. Listen, and I haven't had none of my good stuff in a long time to be dealing with these folk over here at this job. That's why
See, I'm really not a drinker. I'm more of a smoker, and that's fine. We grow that shit. So, I mean, I like that. Y'all don't smoke?
See,
I don't.
I don't prefer to smoke, mainly because I don't like the smell and like having to do with rolling and you got to burn it and do all this extra stuff. Just give me a good edible and I'm good.
Back in the
She like
day,
she like
when I did
edibles.
smoke, I didn't like the smell of it. But now that I smoke, I like the smell of it. But to each his own. Everybody had their own preference of things that they do. Some people like to smoke. Some people like to do coke. Some people like to drink. Some people like to do a lot of other shit.
Have you ever done them both at the same time?
I have never.
I would not recommend.
Well, why you say that?
Baby, I was at a party on Halloween and I had already taken my edibles, so I was already high as fuck. And then they were serving like some mixed drink with 1800 in it. And I just found myself like waddling around the club just in a daze, looking like a zombie. But I was having a great time. But nobody knew. So
if I ever got to that point, to be honest, I'm always like with I call him my brother, but it's my best friend Sean. So if I was to ever become imbalanced in any type of way, I mean, he always got my back. So
I'm just saying.
The same way I always got his, even though she shades the hell out of me all the time. But that's another story.
Listen, listen. Won't nobody have your back like I will.
okay.
And because of that, nobody gonna know you as good as I will. So that means that can't nobody shade and hit you in places like I can.
That is true.
I'm just saying.
I
But
can't stand this fucker here.
whatever, bitch. Anyway. So since I had my chance earlier this year to be a producer of a reality show, it is not easy.
It's not.
And so I mentioned this in our interview with Sean. I'm like, how did you manage to go through all of what it takes to produce a show and still be in the show as a cast member with all of that additional responsibilities? How did you go about balancing that?
I mean, y'all, I kind of wish that y'all would have continued to see more episodes to come, but because this group is like so dysfunctional, it's kind of like that y'all didn't get the opportunity to see not just my work and how I really, really get down. You didn't get to see a lot of other people work neither. But to answer your question, I really thrive off progression. So it's like that nothing is like never enough because I'm not where I want to be in life. You know what I'm saying? So by me not being where I want to be, if it's going to take me working 16 hours a day, 10 hours a day, 15, it doesn't matter. Whatever I have to do to get the job done, I'm going to try to the best of my ability to actually do it. So since I thrive off progression, that's how I get through it.
Better you than me, because
trust me, it's a lot of work. I sort of got it's a lot of work and it's stressful, believe. And I mean, sometimes it calls me, to be like, I don't know, bitchy. That's the reason why I smoke, Scotty. to kind of, calm that down at the end of the day. But I mean, it's hard, but I mean, I like a challenge. So again, that's since I thrive off progression, I mean, that's like where I get that energy from. That's where I get that fiber, in my body to be able to like just continue to go, get it. Like, again, that's part of grinding. Which is why I end up coming out with the show, The Grind Dallas. So y'all can actually see how this nigga get through all of this.
I mean, when people have these reality shows and they usually end it off with the name of the city, and even though this is like the initial start of it, do you ever have any plans to expand to different locations?
We do, and we did want to actually start. I think that we initially said we was gonna start in April, but because of how this project actually went down, this was kind of like a learning experience, like for me. And instead of, I guess, moving so quickly, like take my time, plan it out like a little bit better, get the right team, because you really need a team. It just can't that this ain't a one man job. If I can get a team that can help me get past that, then yes, we are going to branch out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got the financial blueprint, but we don't have the team to support us. And you really need a team to put out good work. And that's something that like I strive for. Like, I mean, I'm a perfectionist when it comes to, like quality. And I'm pretty sure although y'all didn't see nothing but 3 episodes, but you see the quality. Like each episode that we end up dropping, the quality of it actually got better and better and better. So that's what we strive for. But like, yeah, it takes a team, and we'll get there. We'll get there in other states.
One thing that I will say, and I said this to you personally before, is that I do appreciate you being a producer and you knowing when things probably didn't work or things that did work or learning from whatever mistake you made with it. Because in the conversations we have had, you're like, this is pretty much a learning experience. Your first season of any reality show is a
It's a
like
learn.
experience
Yeah,
in
you can make a
your
lot of
one, a
mistakes.
learning experience. You're going to
Exactly.
figure out exactly what works and what doesn't. So, I guess my question would be, as far as, because since we're talking about the show and how you feel about how things have turned out, what do you think was what would you say was the biggest misstep of this season, being that it's your first? What would you say was the biggest misstep, or is it more than one?
I mean, it's more than one. And are we looking at it just from my perspective, or are we looking at it like from a group perspective?
You can look at it from a production perspective, a group perspective. It's all about the show, so you could make it anyway.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like let's say a job, like like when a person get a attempt to hire job, and let's say you got a contract before they decide to hire your ass on. So this contract gonna be for 3 months. So those expectations, me and my business partner went into like this and made everyone aware that this is what your expectation is on this time frame. And
Hmm.
a lot of people, I guess, couldn't meet that deadline. So because of certain type of relationships that happened amongst the group during the time that we were recording,
Hmm.
it's kind of like there was favoritism and shit like that. And it's like that we didn't stay like consistent, like with the rules and regulations that as a producer, City Boys Entertainment put out for the Grind Dallas to actually do. So that's where a lot of it actually end up going wrong. And that shit can really happen. Like real talk, it can really happen. Like that's real talk. And sometimes you have to be strong to like get through shit like that. And I'm not saying that I'm not strong or Sean isn't strong. It's just that sometimes shit just go too far. And when you feel like that you're not working with the purpose amongst the people that you sought out, like when it comes to the group, then eventually you got to move the fuck on. And that's basically pretty much what happened, which I'm sure we'll get into a little later.
Is
Well,
what you gonna say, Scotty?
no. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I can wait. Go ahead. I think I can ask him that later.
Because as I, hear you talk about what you had to do to kind of put everything together, and sort of how dysfunctional you feel the group was, Is there anybody in particular that you felt was a part of the cast that took the platform for granted?
To be honest, everybody. I'm not gonna say nobody. Everybody, from fucking Rossi to fucking everybody. Okay, everybody took it for granted. I mean, you got to look at it like this. They given an opportunity. So your struggles, your grind, your hustles, like how you make your money. At the end of the day, it's kind of like your infomercial. So it's like when we're recording you, we want you to bring this shit, and what you bring to TV, that's basically what we gonna put together if it makes sense, and then we gonna put the shit out. At the end of that's really what it's supposed to be about. But a lot of people didn't do that. Motherfuckers didn't have a storyline. That's real. They really didn't have storylines. Motherfuckers act like that they was that it bitch, and turned out they wasn't. I mean, it was just a lot of shit that we really didn't know, like real talk. And it's like, what the fuck? So it's like me and my business partner, we study trying to figure out ways on how we can hold this damn group together, keep it together. So that's when I have like those moments, them one-on-one moments with individuals to try to, like really find out like what's your hustle, what's your grind, like what you really want to bring to TV, like open up a little bit, give us something. And it's like that some people just didn't want to do it, or some people just didn't know how to do it. That's the honest God truth. Like that's real shit. That's real shit.
And it begins. Go ahead, Scotty.
Well, what I was about to ask was, what? Okay, since you know exactly what happened to make the situation go a little differently than planned, as as far as, because I think we asked Sean the same question, if not the same question, something along the lines of this. Being that a season two is on the horizon, what would you say? How would you go into season two versus how you went into season one? What would be, how differently would you go into season two than you did the first time?
So I'm gonna answer that question, and I want to give like all the viewers out there words of wisdom. Like you really have to believe in yourself. Like I swear to God. Like when you believe in yourself and you know that it is like nothing, like you just unstoppable. Like just like go with that feeling, go with that gut. And I feel like that a lot of people they question, you know what I'm saying? Like their ability like really what they want to do. And it's like that you feel like that you need other people to kind of help you get there. And I guess since me and my business partner didn't really know people here or know those it girls who you really want like on your show, that you feel like they have a bigger following than what you have, that can generate the revenue that you need, which is the traction to your show. It's like that you become petrified. It's like you don't know what to do. So that's the words of wisdom. Believe in yourself. And what I will not do is I will not like go to somebody else and have them basically pick out the whole fucking cast just to find out that these bitches ain't really doing shit. Like that's the honest God truth. I wouldn't do that again. Like I'm gonna trust my own judgment. I'm going to do like a casting call. Everything that Reese G did for his show, like everything, I can honestly sit back and give him props. Everything that he did to pick out his cast members for his show, or any other, executive producer or, co-founder of a show, of a reality show that's trying, like, I will like really follow those steps. And, again, if you have that team behind you, we all sit back and do like a grading scale, like 1 through 10. If we feel like that this person, is above a 5 and we can actually work with this individual, you know what I'm saying, and give them that push, then we'll go ahead and, extend the opportunity to allow them basically to be on the show to showcase like they work, they hustle, they grind. That's what I would do differently.
Well, I'm a piggyback off your words of wisdom because I just feel like that word of wisdom was some great shit, and I think that kind of applies to me and Jamar as well because we have honestly we have had our moments where at the beginning before we started doing this particular because we've been on YouTube for years, like years at this point. And when we decided to come together and do our own show and our own podcast, which is coming out later in the year, just let it be known, okay?
Okay.
Before we started doing this together, we also felt as though we needed certain people or we needed certain personalities or we didn't really think that much of ourselves to do it on our own. And since we've been doing this, it really just started out as us talking about hot topics and shit on the blogs and just music, and then it turned into a platform for people like yourself and people like Reese G and people like Devon from the G Status Show or people from other web series to come on and talk with us and promote themselves, promote their shows, do whatever they want to do. It turned into something else. Not only did it turn into that, we got the chance to interview two people from a reality show that's actually on network television. So, I mean, we were able to do all of that on our own, even though we didn't think that we had the wherewithal to do it ourselves. So sometimes you do have to believe in yourself in order to make things go the way it needs to. And because me and him believed in ourselves, we're able to do a lot more than what we have done in the past. And we are trying to balance it all. It's still hard for us to balance it all, but we are able to get opportunities because we did believe in ourselves. So your
That's
words of wisdom, that was some true stuff because we had to learn to believe in ourselves as well. So
yeah, and I want everybody to know, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what's authentic. Like this is me and Sean, like vision. So it's like that. Can't nobody really tell our story the way how we really want our story to be told. But it's like that. How does one tell their story if the whole group ain't doing the same thing that we doing? You see what I'm saying? Then
mhm.
that's more like the show is about me and Sean. It's not about nobody else. And then I didn't want the viewers, the audience, to feel like that. Like, well, damn, this is really the Sean and Jeremy show. Like, what about all the other cast members and stuff like that? So if I can't put it out the right way, then it's like I don't want to put it out at all. It's because I feel like that we short our people, like our fans, people that love us, So I don't want to short sell like our fans. I don't want to short sell our people. So like, yeah, that's why I said that. That's why I said that. Just believe in yourselves. Believe in yourself. Don't go to other people. You can go for suggestions, but just go with how you feel. If you feel like that this is something that you want to do, like go for it. Go for it. And I guarantee you it'll be a greater reward on the other side.
I believe it because this 9 to 5 life is not for me.
At all.
I,
It dare show up. Bye.
I and I mentioned this just on social media. It's like I feel like I'm way too much of a creator for this shit.
I
Um,
had like period.
it just feels like because when I'm finally done with slaving away at the job that keeps the lights on, and I get to do the stuff that I enjoy doing that I'm not able to make a living off of yet. It's still just a hobby. I have much more fun, and I put more investment and energy into that than I do the job that pays me. So that's why I'm like, there's something wrong here. This is
Yeah.
backwards.
It is, 'cause it's like I feel the same way because I have more fun just sitting in my closet, sitting in front of the camera and talking my shit and getting paid for doing that and editing the video. As much work as it takes, as much work as it takes to record, to film a video, edit it the way that you want to edit so it can look good enough. It's fun to do. I'd rather do
Exactly.
that than what I do every day. You
Yeah.
know what
See,
I'm saying?
when you love what you're doing, it's no longer a job. That's the honest God truth. It's no
Right.
longer a job. And that's how I've been able to be successful throughout the years because I love what the fuck I do. I love sales. I love talking to people. I love giving people like encouragement to like help build them. Like I love that shit. I love it.
And listen, you need everybody that's able to do uh, make themselves successful as entrepreneurs, especially as young age. Should definitely do like an online class, like help the rest of the girls out because.
Well, YouTube got everything. The same platform you on right now. YouTube got everything. Look, that is my school time. Look, I go to YouTube and I type some shit in. Like when it came to the certain type of cameras that we wanted to use, like to get like the type of quality that we have for our show. I sat back, I typed all that stuff up on YouTube. If it's a word that I don't know, you know, of course I type it in the dictionary, like, you know, but I still put that shit up on YouTube because thus it's certain different ways on how you can articulate that word. Like it's YouTube has everything. I mean, that's your dictionary right there. I'm just saying, YouTube got everything.
You're right. It can tell you how to do just about anything you want to know. Honest to God. So, did you ever feel like you were taken? I don't want to say taken advantage of, but did you ever feel like the cast disrespected you in any way because you were a part of production? Did it feel like, oh, he gonna probably feel some sort of way? He gonna take out all the bad parts of his storyline.
I'm gonna be honest. Too many people don't disrespect me because they know that I'll clap back at that ass. But in this group, they say shit behind the scenes, and then
Okay.
you know what I'm saying. And then I'd be like, huh? And then you know I spend more time trying to figure out this motherfucker. And then when I realized that they just said something or did something or they did it this way, it's like then that's when I just like I attack. I mean, I got bipolar, y'all. I'm just really gonna put it out. I got bipolar. So too many people ain't gonna really say. And then you know it's not what you say, but it's the intent in which you're using it. So I can say like if some people like Stanley, Hype Man Dupree, if he got like an issue like with me, in the beginning, we knew how to talk out our issues. You know what I'm saying? Now me and him just and I don't see it for her and she don't see it for me. So like it's that type of shit. So I mean it's just too many people don't disrespect me. That's what I'll say.
Well, since you said that about Stanley, because we know that he was on our show. Wasn't he and him in the last show we had before we went on hiatus?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It was
December was.
supposed it was supposed to be Orlando after
Yeah.
that, but he ended up quitting the show. Yeah, he quit the show at the last minute. And that's part of the reason why we kind of bumped up my day. So, but yeah, Stanley was the last person on the show with Neiman.
Okay, so with that being said, what is the issue, the real issue between you and Stanley? Because as much as me and Jamar like you, we like Stanley too.
Well, who couldn't
So,
like Stanley?
so what's the problem?
Okay, this is the this is what I think. This is my interpretation.
Okay, okay.
So Stanley a good guy. And I just want everybody to know, just because we all not fucking with each other like that right now, I do believe in respect. I do believe like in like the sanctity of like brotherhood. I believe in that shit. Like I don't even know how much I can emphasize that. So it's some shit that I'm not gonna tell y'all, but it's some things that I will enlighten y'all on.
Okay.
I when I went to Stanley for help with the show to help select some of the individuals. Now you got to understand, Stanley is real known here in Dallas. I mean, he is the hype man damn near in just about every club here. And, you know, he has a way with the community. So his reasoning of selecting some of the people for the group, I didn't know like why he was like really choosing them. He just basically said, this is a good person. This is a good person. The only person I can honestly sit back and say who he really fight for, who I didn't want on the show, it was Neiman. I didn't want Neiman on the show. And that's what a lot of people don't know at first, because I thought he was boring. But he ain't boring though. Like he's not boring. Like, and I actually love Neiman, and Neiman knows that. But that's the only person who he really fought for. All these other motherfuckers, like, he didn't really care if they was on the show or not, to be honest. So like in my mind, I'm just thinking like, well, why the fuck is he really choosing these people? But I guess I figured that out throughout the season. So originally Stanley was supposed to have been helping out with production. Like he was supposed to be on the production side, which that's why I didn't understand when he ended up doing the interview with you all 2 weeks ago. When I'm not going to use the word alluded because he said it, that there's one person doing the editing, there's one person who have all the creative control, there's one person that's doing this, that, and other. Like, these are the things that he said. So it's like that by him saying this, well, I'm confused. We sat down and you, me, and Sean had a fucking meeting, and I told you that I wanted you a part of production. The reason why it is this way right now is because your ass bailed out. He didn't want to do that. He wanted to be, in my opinion, more of a cast member. For whatever reasons, I don't know, but that's my opinion. So I'm just like, okay, fuck it. Give him his contract. Maybe that bitch got a story to tell, just like everybody else. And like I said, Stanley truly is a good person when he want to be. You just got to get to know him. And it's like that he was still in communication with me when it came to making certain type of decisions where we're gonna basically film at. Now, everybody signed a contract May of 2020. And that's around the time when we really started like pre-recording. And the first event, we basically ended up going to Stanley, me and my other producer, Sean. And we wanted to do it, we wanted to shoot a scene at Marty's, which is a club that he basically promoted at, like hype man at. And it didn't go as planned. Now, just because it didn't go as planned, did I feel slightly shaded? Like, well, damn, did you really have a conversation with the people, with the councils who he was supposed? Because this, like, COVID was like this when the shit just happened. So when they finally end up opening back up, it was only a certain amount of people, and then you had CDC guidelines that you had to follow. So he was coming back, making it appear that we was gonna be shooting a scene, like our first scene there, and it's like that shit just went left. And next thing you know, me and my business partner having to come out of our pocket like damn near $700 just to go to Houston, Texas, to now shoot the scene that was supposed to be shot here in Dallas, Texas, and now fucking Houston, Texas. And I feel like that he think in his mind that I feel like he failed me or failed City Boys Entertainment, but I didn't. And it's like that he go around planting these nuggets and shit that I didn't like throughout the group. And it's just like, well, damn, are you really gonna be like loyal or you not gonna be loyal? Like, that's what all that shit like originated from. And it's just like now he don't really he wasn't telling us like certain events that he had coming up. It was just a lot of shit that was going on. So it's like that for a moment I had to decide like, well, damn, is he working with us or is this nigga really working against us? And I mean, as y'all see throughout a lot of the scenes that carry out, Stanley have always really been like the bone carrier. Like always trying to call people out on something. And I'm just like, well, what the fuck? Like, what is this? Like, I get what we do behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to like us recording, nigga, I came to you at the end of the day. I came to you. You knew that this is what I wanted, and now it's not going like what we really talked about. And it's just like, what the fuck? And I don't know. He feel like it was me. I mean, because when he did the interview, I called him and me and him exchanged some words. And, you know, he said a lot of shit to me over the phone. But I sat back and I tried to like analyze like where he was really coming from, like when he said it. And I don't feel like it was my fault. Like at the end of the day, we all have to take accountability for what we did when it comes to the making of this project. And Stanley know for a fact that when we needed somebody to run our YouTube page, when we needed somebody to run our Facebook page, our Instagram page, when it came to promoting, when it came to advertising, he knew all this shit. And it's like, why the fuck you really pull back? Like that's the question. And it's not about DJ Rude Boy. That's the question. That's real talk. That's what I don't understand.
Tell us how you really feel. No.
Yeah. And I don't want him to take what I'm saying if he is watching this like that it's a dig at him. Like I'm just really trying to understand. Like real talk, I came to you like with a job, with a vision, and you told me that you was gonna help see this vision go through, and that you wanted to like be friends. Like this is what he said. So I can't have a friendship with a person if I feel like that you've been disloyal to me. I can't have a friendship with an individual if you going behind my back and you plant these whack ass nuggets like with people, especially against my best friend for 20 plus years. Like I don't rock like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that, like let me know like what it is. And it's like that now shit just so fucked up between me and him. Like we're just cordial like whenever we see each other like in public because we don't want people to really know like what's going on. Is there a talk that's needed between he and I? Absolutely. Because whether he know it or not, I do have mad respect for that. Like I got mad respect for him. But what I don't accept, like when it comes to your actions, your ways, the things that you do, like don't think that motherfuckers not gonna come back and tell me. And when you do shit like that, how do you think that that makes me feel? Like what the fuck? So like I don't really know where we stand. I swear to God I don't. But I do feel like that if you really want to know the truth, and this is for all our fans out there too, me and Stanley have what it takes to bring this group back together. But because of us going back and forth, me and him can't see eye to eye. That's the honest God truth. The reason why this group is the way that it is. That's real talk. That's my opinion.
Is the relationship? Let me ask you this: is the relationship damaged beyond repair?
That's the same thing that was running in my head because from what he's saying, they're going through a rut, but it doesn't seem like it's
It's not
just
January.
completely destroyed
I
that it can't
I
be.
think that because again that like everybody have a purpose. You know what I'm saying? And it was a reason why God put me in Stanley life. It was a reason that God put Stanley in my life. And it's like that. I know that this man have a story that he want to tell. Like he's so fucking talented, and that's what a lot of people don't recognize when it comes to him. But I recognize that. You know what I'm saying? Like he got a gift. But it's like that because of his fucked up ways. And it's like that when you dealing with a person that come from that, like my parents and them had a lot of fucked up ways that they did to me. So I had to go through a lot of shit. So my scope on life gonna be different than the average individual. You can't do that shit to everybody. And that's what he needs to understand. Like I'm an analytical thinker. At the end of the day, I'm always gonna be thinking. So it's like when you call yourself trying to shade or do some snake shit behind my back, I'm gonna find out. And then if I find out, now I'm feeling like that you disloyal to me. So it's like I don't know. Like I feel like that he got trust issues, just like I got trust issues. Like I don't know. I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's his story. But am I willing to sit down and have a conversation with him and try to work shit out? Absolutely. But I just need to know, like, if I ever did that with this individual, I have to know that it's gonna be real. And this is shit that should have been on the show. You see what I'm saying? But when you talk about like a brotherhood, you got Suge ass, you got DJ Rude Boy ass, you got I ain't gonna say Neiman because Neiman had put together a lot of events amongst the group and tried to get us to work out our issues. You got Sean Ash, you got Lay Ash, you got Orlando Ash. None of those individuals tried to get me and him to sit down to end this shit. And that's what really makes the brotherhood. Like when you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta or you watch Real Housewives of Orange County or Beverly Hills, you see that sometimes those relationships are mended, but it may take a couple seasons for some, but we started this shit. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't like this was me and Sean idea and our vision, but nigga, we made you a part of this. Like this could be history, like right here. And it's like that this shit that you doing, this is the opportunity that like nigga, you really can prevail. And I just don't think that he think beyond like that. Like in my opinion, that's just how I feel. So because of that, you know, he do what he do. So it's a lot of hurt there. And I think it's on both ends. Like real talk. I mean,
So
I'm not disacknowledging shit that I have done to him because I have said some cruel shit. I have done some fucked up shit to him. But it's like that when a person take a jab, I'm gonna take a bigger jab. And that's just how like he and I like operate. But I do feel like that because of who he is, and Stanley really do have a heart, so do I. I feel like that it is to something that we can come from, but due time.
would you say out of everybody in the cast, Stanley is the one that you feel hurt you the most?
Absolutely. Yes. Stanley is the only person that hurt. I mean, Neiman too fucking neutral. He don't get into it with nobody. um, I can't even say Orlando because, like, I mean, I fucks with Orlando, but it's like that the place where me and Orlando is, like, I couldn't let an individual like that hurt me. Lay, she didn't ever show up to shit. So I'm just really being honest. Harasi, I mean, he got a story. I ain't gonna. I don't want to make it seem like I really didn't ever care for the little nigga. He just like so easily influenced, and it's like that. He's just really easy influenced, and it's like I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like how your own fucking brain. Like that's my only issue with him. So I can say that he disappointed me a lot. And Rude Boy, no, he can't hurt me. So out of everybody, well, of course my best friend, but that's like my brother. You know what I'm saying? We go through shit. So he can't hurt me like in that aspect. But Stanley, yeah, because on some real shit, like I'm telling you, like I respected that man in a lot of different ways than he could even fucking imagine. And for him to fuck me the way how he fucked me, it's just like, damn, to me, that's betrayal. And he know exactly what betrayal is because he's been betrayed before. So it's like, don't go and do shit to people that you don't want done to you. So yeah, Stanley is the only person that has hurt me, like in this group, like deeply.
Mm.
I've as we've gone through a lot of these interviews, you know, they talk about the different things that have happened, the different things that we can expect to see. But we only have 3 episodes. When do we get episodes 4 through however many the seasons?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. We can't. I already told y'all in the beginning. I can't put out no unfinished project.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that. Okay, so I'm going to answer your question and then I'm going to give you a little information. So we're in the process of coming out with another show. And I can just say it starts with a T and it ends with over. And y'all can kind of figure out what I'm really trying to say. Just stay tuned and you'll know exactly what I'm trying to say. And all of this shit really originated from the Grind Dallas. Everything that was supposed to be displayed on the Grind Dallas is somewhat going to be displayed on this show, because I still have to get my story out there, my testimony out there, so that I can help other individuals and teach individuals along the way that there is so many different ways on how you can really make money. That's real talk. And I feel like that once it get out there, and then if this relationship is ever repaired between me and Stanley, I do feel like that we can bring the group back to give y'all a finished project. We can't give y'all a finished project because shit is like really dysfunctional. I just told y'all that Orlando left the group. Um, the live is taken down, but because of that, what was said, that's why he ended up quitting the group. And I just feel like that that's fake and that's some BS. Like, that's part of the reason why whenever you do end up doing a season, it's like, make sure that the season is done before you start displaying shit. Because the moment you start displaying shit and people, excuse me, see shit that they don't like, that's going to give them the ammunition to say, I quit. And that's exactly what Orlando did. There was some entanglements and shit that was involved inside of the group, and that shit really ain't fixed. So it's kind of like there's so much shit that went on behind the scenes, like real talk. And it's like we don't have enough of the grind to actually give y'all. So we can't make it just be about drama, because as I said in each and every interview, we want to give y'all something different. We want to give y'all something real. What I'm telling y'all right now, this shit is all real. This is shit that could have made a great show, but people have to be willing to put in the work to give it a great show. People have to open up. And I feel like that it could happen, but maybe I guess I have to do it a different way that those individuals can seek to understand, because maybe my delivery, they don't understand it, they don't get it. So that's the reason why come we starting this other project. And like I said, we're gonna bring a little of that, and then it's gonna get the buzz in people's ear, people talking shit, and people like, oh yeah, I want to sign back up for this motherfucking show. It's gonna be like some shit like that, and then that's when we're gonna be able to bring y'all that fire. And I'm telling you, we can bring y'all that fire. Like, I mean, because these girls, honey, like, oh, like I mean, we can bring y'all that heat, but I think that that's what it's gonna take before we can actually do that. Did that answer your question?
Mhm. Do you think you need the same people, or do you think you need another cast?
I'm gonna tell you this. Stanley brings it. I want him back. That bitch brings it. Despite what me and that hoe go through, that bitch it's a title, okay? So yes,
I agree.
I will want him back. I will want, of course, Sean back. I will want Neiman back. And to be honest, whether you know it or not, I will want Harasi back. Them other people I don't need. Because that's the show right there. That I'm dead ass serious. That's the show. It could have been DJ Rude Boy, but I can't say him because he's just not ready for TV just yet. He's too shy. That's one thing about him. He's like shy as fuck. And it's like that you have to catch him at that right time, that right moment. Do I think he'll be great for TV? Absolutely, because he is shady as hell, but he's just not ready. And what our fans want and what they've been anticipating is like they want that shit. And I'm telling you, with the names that I just told you, that's who gonna bring you that fire. Like Neiman is the neutral one, so that's the only reason why we need him. But
Yeah,
everybody else,
you need someone that's neutral.
yes.
People
So that's the reason why
people
we have to keep
like
him.
looking at reality TV, because Jamar is now into reality TV production, but he doesn't necessarily really watch reality TV the way he used to. But knowing that are reality TV connoisseurs. We built our YouTube channel off reality TV itself. As we get older, we realize that we need people like Neiman, and we need people like Cynthia Bailey from The Housewives of Atlanta, or we need people that's. I'm just saying, we need people that are neutral
You
within
do.
the group. Because if you don't have, if you need that one neutral party that can bring everyone. Because if you don't have that one neutral person, then the group will continue to be split. It's gonna always
Exactly.
be, I'm not filming with that person, or I'm not inviting that person to this. I'm not, so you need that one person that can be able to invite everybody to something or
Exactly.
do something to bring everybody together.
And that is part of the reason why I told y'all that is the group what I just gave y'all. All of other people, it's a reason why come I didn't name names. I believe Lay ass could bring you a good story, but honey, either she gonna Mike Tyson her ass through the way, through the whole goddamn season, or she just ain't gonna show the fuck up. That's the honest God truth. When it comes to Orlando, I mean, y'all always said that he was misunderstood, so there go your answer right there. He wait, is that what they said? Misunderstood, or what was the word they said?
It was something along the lines of, it was like either misunderstood, just we haven't had a chance to come up with a good conclusion about him.
Okay,
Something along those lines.
he's more. When I say behind the scene people, that's him. He's more that. Like he talk his shit behind the scenes. He ain't gonna talk his shit on set at the end of the day. And I just basically feel like with that, can't nobody ever really call you out on your shit. So therefore it's like what the fuck. And like I said, I do love him dearly. I've done a lot of business deals with him. Things have went wrong and Orlando already know. And like I said, for the brotherhood, I won't put a lot of shit out. But at the end of the day, whenever you sign up for a job, you need to see it through. Whenever you don't want certain shit displayed or aired, guess what? Just don't fucking do it. That's just all I gotta say. Don't try to make it seem like that it was a production issue when it wasn't. So that's the reason why come I said I'm gonna keep quiet because I don't throw people under the bus that is cool with me. But like if I ever like have to bring some shit up, Orlando already knows at the end of the day. Like that's how that go. But I mean, at the end of the day, that's why I wouldn't bring him back. He just he's a behind the scene girl. So I couldn't bring her back.
What one of the guys we interviewed, what was his name?
Oh, Sharon.
Sharon.
Yeah, Sharon is actually gonna be on the next show. That's my sweetheart. Like, y'all really don't know a lot about him because, like, when he came in, he was actually replacing Lay, and it was a lot of things that was starting to unravel. But we couldn't put him in a lot of those things right then and there is because y'all be like, well, he just came from out of nowhere just charging at bitches. And believe me, he's gonna charge at you whores, but he just can't do it yet. But I love him dearly, and yeah, he is gonna be on the next show. And if you was talking about the other person, I think you interviewed my brother Suge. That was the first person that you actually interviewed. I will be honest. I will really have to leave that up to Shook to decide, like if he would really want to be a cast member, or if he would not just rather be on the show. I'm just really being honest. Um, on the grind Dallas, he was never a main cast member. He was always a friend to the show, which was my friend to the show. He came to support me and my brother, and he saw a lot of things that he didn't agree with. That's part of the reason why I'm saying that I don't know that if the show will be something that he would be interested in because he got like he can go from 0 to 10 just like that, and we don't need nobody on the show like really popping bitches, you know what I'm saying, like that, because like now you fucking with the safety of people. So that's why I said if he said he would want to be a part of the show, then yes, would I extend him a contract? Absolutely. But yeah, that's what I would do for him. Like at the end of the day, yeah. And again,
So,
that's how you have to be.
so basically, and correct me if I'm wrong, in your words, the cast in your head is basically yourself, Sean, Stanley, Neiman, and
Yeah,
Harasi.
yeah. That is who
So
gonna bring
y'all five and probably add maybe
Sharon.
Sharon. Well, when we talk about if you're talking about the grind Dallas, then yes, Sharon will have earned his spot like on that. But remember, Sharon is coming over to the other show with me. So, but yes, if we're talking about specifically for the grind Dallas, it would be those people. And like I said, we would always have a contract for my brother Suge, but he will have to decide if he wants it.
So this is just me being nosy.
Okay.
mhm.
Has there ever been anybody from the cast, I guess aside from Sean, because I don't think he would fall into the category, it would count. Has there ever been anybody from the cast that you found yourself even initially at one point attracted to that you would have ever pursued if you guys weren't on this platform together?
To be
Oh,
honest, I really wasn't attracted to anyone on the cast. Shit just happened. Um,
Wait, what? Say that last part again.
shit just happened. Shit just happened.
what happened?
What kind of shit?
You know, some bang bang. Have I had sexual relations with people on the show? Yes.
You said people, not person, people.
Yes.
Who?
You know I can't do that. I have a bunch of bitches.
Okay, I'm gonna put a pin in that for backstage.
I kind of got a feeling, but I'm not gonna say it on camera though. I got a feeling.
Text it to me.
Well,
I'm
who
gonna.
you think it is? Who you
I'm
think
not
it
gonna. I ain't gonna say it on camera.
is? Okay.
I'm gonna text Jamar though and tell him what I think.
Ooh,
Go ahead, Jamar. Continue because I'm
are
texting
we
T.
okay? My fingers went. Um, I mean, even if I tried to guess, you wouldn't confirm or deny. So unless you would confirm or deny, if
I
I
just
guessed it
said,
right.
Try me. Okay, how about
Oh,
this? This is what we'll do. We'll switch your game up. So I'll give
oh,
you an
girl.
answer, and then you tell me who you will smash on the show when you can only pick one. How about that?
Wait, didn't we do this with
we already do this song.
wait. Okay, so no. You said we can only pick one person.
You can only pick one person, and it cannot be the same person.
So me and Scotty have to have different people.
That's right. It can't be the same person.
I
And
feel
then
like we
I'll
would have
give you
different
one
people.
person that I did have sexual relations with. Fair?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm an open book. I don't care.
So who go first?
Look,
Jamar, since he an open book.
the one that I would smash has already been in the chat.
Huh?
I said the one that I would smash is already in the chat.
Oh.
I would pick Neiman first.
Okay. Scotty.
Rude boy.
You would.
Really?
You would. You would. Oh, so wretched.
Meow. Now this gonna be the gag. DJ Ruboy.
I
I
know.
already knew.
I'm gonna say, see, yes. But see,
I already knew.
you also said people, so there's another one that we do not know.
Well, I can't tell y'all that. I said only one. I guess you'll have to find out at the reunion.
Oh, child.
Oh Lord.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to put a whole lot of stuff, put a pin in a whole lot of stuff, so that when the reunion happens,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Just know you may be waiting for years for that. I'm just
oh my god. So,
I cannot.
what would you say you're looking forward to the most at the reunion taping, though?
I guess unresolved issues, to be honest. I mean, if we can't really come together like right now in this time, because I mean, this shit is it's pretty thick right now. I will honest to God say that. Then it would just really be the unresolved issues. Like I feel like that a lot of people have this misconception of, I guess, how I portrayed them on TV, meaning Harasi, for example. He so quick to say, well, that didn't happen or this didn't happen. Y'all edited that, y'all edited this. And it's like that he go off just like that. And some excuse me, I think when he go off, he black out. And it's like that sometimes he don't remember like the shit that he do. I don't know if a lot of people really watch the pillow talk, but that was really supposed to be a moment where we really come together and try to really put all our shit out on the table so that we can really continue the show. And it's like that when the first question was asked, who do you think is the fakest in the group? Harasi was the first person. And well, I read the question and I mean, that was the person who I thought was the fakest. But in his mind, he thought that well, I didn't mean to say it like that. But in his mind, he thinking like, oh, you calling me fake on this shit and da 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 da. No, I'm not calling you fake on that. I'm calling you fake because nigga, you only knew me and my brother for X, Y amount of days. And it's like that you coming back telling us what Stanley ended up basically saying. And I'm glad that you told me, don't get me wrong, but I told you before we even made it to the pillow talk that at the end of the day, even if Stanley do some fucked up foul shit to you, you should never run your mouth and come back and tell us. That's not being loyal. Like at the end, that's really all that was. So that's the reason why I call him fake. And it's like that he took that shit to a whole nother level. And it's like that every time he come around, it's like that his energy was off. Like even when the third episode that y'all just saw, it's like that he kind of disappointed me again. Me and him had like a damn near 2 hour conversation in the car with me trying to tell him, hey, I want you back on the show. Like, I'm not gonna come after you. I'm not gonna come after your business. I'm just not gonna take shot. I'm not gonna do nothing. And that was really me being real to this nigga. And it's like that he came up at the sipping pain like with this energy, and I swear to God, he just did this hostility that he had and anger. I'm just like, where the fuck is all this coming from? And the nigga had the nerve to sit back and tell me because he didn't know what me and Sean was giving him. But I'm confused. We just had a conversation, and I just told you I wasn't gonna come for you. So later on in the episode that I'm gonna send to y'all, you will see that he did open up. But at the same time, it's just like, nigga, I just told you I wasn't gonna do this. So that's what I mean, like when it comes to that fake shit, because like, nigga, you can't be my friend 1 minute or we trying to work through our issues and then the next minute you acting like this shit. Like I don't like that. So those are a couple examples like that I wanted to tell y'all.
Baby. Well,
he may have a lot to say too at the reunion. Like I'm just really being honest, he may have a
I
lot to
was
say.
just about to ask you, was he invited to the reunion?
Absolutely, he would be
I would
invited.
hope.
Like I said that I really would want him back on the show because at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Like that nigga, he is real. Like he like even though like he got this temper, because that's like really what it is. But I saw he real as fuck. Like if he ain't got it, then nigga ain't gonna front like he got it. He ain't one of these pretenders out here. That's one thing I can sit back and say that Harasi don't do. Like he a real ass nigga. Like real talk, and I respect that. Like about him. That's what I respect the most about him. But everybody got problems, you know what I'm saying? Everybody need, to kind of craft they craft a little bit. So like as me being a little older than him, a little wiser than him, I think that it's fair for me to sit back and say, hey, if you call yourself cool with somebody and they tell you some shit, even if it may be fucked up, but if this is the people who you now want to surround yourself around and you don't want to be around these individuals, don't run back and tell these individuals, the person who you was just cool with, like if they said some negative shit that's fake, don't do that. Like that's really all that was. And I feel like that when he really understand, like that's where I was coming from, it wasn't on no other bullshit, then I think that instead of him having this misconception of me, I don't think that he would have it. Because Harasi, no, I've always been real with him. Like I told him I didn't want him on the show. Sean is the one that fought for him. And what he failed to realize, the same person who you got into it with at the pillow talk and you wanted to fight him and all that, that's the only nigga that stuck up for your ass. That's the honest God truth. The only nigga that was sticking up. So it's like that the people that was really on his team or beginning to be on his team, it's like that, fuck us. And that's the type of mentality that he have with everybody. And you can't go throughout life like that. That's the honest God truth. So out of everybody, I would really want to hear him and really hear Stanley. Everybody else, I don't really give a fuck about. Like, I mean, not saying it like with Neiman, because Neiman don't have a problem with me, but everybody else, like, I don't give a fuck what you like have to say. I don't care. Like that
To
you
be
mean.
honest, and I think Jamar would agree. I think with what you said earlier in regards to what you feel as far as the cast is concerned, who you think the cast really is, and as I named it already, is yourself, Sean, Neiman, Stanley, Harasi. That is a cast, and maybe you should add maybe two, three more people to that, and then you'll have a full cast. I think that that would be a good show. What do
Yeah.
you think, Jamar? That would be a good. I think that's a good show.
You know what? I agree, and that actually sort of bleeds into what I was going to ask next as to what would you say is the top three characteristics of your ideal reality show castmate? What would, when you're
I think
casting,
that's a good
like
question.
this, what are the top three things or the most important things that you would look for in a candidate?
Well, one, of course, I would really want to look for creativity. You have to be creative. I feel like that my type of creativity can bring a value to Harasi's creativity. His creativity can like literally educate me, school me on some shit that I don't know nothing about. You see what I'm saying? So creativity will be one. The second one, I will have to say, you have to really be authentic because, man, it's like that. A lot of people be doing a lot of fraudulent shit, and it's like that they ain't who they say they is. That's really what I would say because you don't really want to be into, let's just say, 30 days into recording. This is if you're recording every day. 30 days into recording when you got a set time of 90 days like for this whole project and you find out that this motherfucker is fraudulent. You don't want to do that at the end of the day. Like that's a no-no. So it's like I really would want like authentic people. And I feel like if you authentic like as myself, it's like that you willing to just like do whatever. And when I say whatever, I don't mean like be reckless with it. Like I don't mind letting people into my life because my situation, like I said, can help the next person's situation. For instance, I mean, Neiman did too discuss like his relationship on several interviews, but he was going through like some shit, and I felt like that what he was going through, I felt like had he put that shit on TV, I'm telling you that really could have man, that could have changed a lot of people's lives because Neiman is a good person. Not saying that the individual he was with was not a good person, but it's like that's some real love shit that's going on, like right there. And I feel like that you don't really see that in the LGBTQ community like that. So that's something that I would want a person to bring to TV. You got me doing all my jobs at the end of the day. Like, that's something that, a person like, damn, how do we really juggle all this shit? You got Stanley and Sean both. They got a lot of things in common. They both end up doing that weight loss surgery thing. And, they, was real big and lost a lot of weight. And, the people who they have become since then, it's like a total transformation. And it's like Stanley can really tell y'all how people really looked at him when he was bigger and how they look at him like now when he's smaller. Sean didn't really have that problem. But again, they had the same surgery. That's what they have in common. So it's like if a person can bring that to TV, that could like really help people. I just actually ended up losing a MC because of I think they had like a slight heart attack or something. They had a heart attack, and I had heard like through the grapevine that that person was starting a weight loss like journey. You see what I'm saying? So people just don't know how inspirational that like when you're being authentic to who you are, how that can really help like the next individual. So they will have to really, be authentic. And I'm just gonna be honest, bring that shit, like bring that fire, bring that heat, because I mean we need the people that's gonna talk shit. And one thing I can say, when it comes to reading, of course, that bitch Sean, but that bitch Stanley, honey, you got Stanley, you got Sean, you got me, and I'm telling you, when we go at it, oh baby, we go at it, it goes down, and you need that shit because that shit is entertaining. At the end of like that right there is entertaining, and if y'all ever see me and my brother argue it out like on camera, you gonna really see us come back like from that shit is because we're tight like that. The same way if you saw DJ Rude Boy and Stanley argue like on camera, they're gonna come back like that because that's how tight they are. Those are things that people need to see is because that's really what reality TV is. That's your reality. That's your reality. That's the honest God truth. So those are the three things that I would like to see.
Well, it seems to me like you know exactly what you need to do going into this season.
Yes,
And
yes.
I do agree with the people that you named, plus two, three more new people. And I think you'll have a great cast. I personally believe that.
And we will really bring out that shit. Like it could really be a good group. I'm really being honest. Like a lot of people in this group really have so much potential, but sometimes like they just afraid, and it's like maybe I'm not the person that can get through them to get them to express that. That's what I'll say. And I feel like that once we find that key element to a person that can get them to open up, then we'll have a phenomenal show. That's what I'll say.
I hmm. I don't want to say this.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
I want to know what the show is. That's first and foremost.
What show? The show that we're in the making to do?
Yeah.
If I told you someone's boycott will just keep coming after, and like y'all know I'm about my money at the end of the day, so I can't really do all that. I have to really surprise y'all because if I tell you what we're in the making of doing, then people they gonna be like, well, what the fuck? But people know around town, like I mean, it went from my restaurant and then the show. Not saying that the show is a flop because it's not a flop. This is real life shit, and I can give two fucks what anybody out there say like about this show. Like that's the reason why come when it ended, it said to be continued, which means bitch to be continued at the end of the day. So pay attention. But this family just needs to get back together. And once we get back together, we gonna give y'all a finished project. But this project of what I'm doing right now, it really embodies and represent who I am as an individual. Like I'm really a hustler. I'm a grinder. And I mean, like I said, Scotty, you watch my story all the time. I know you be seeing the little clubs and stuff that I've been doing. We got us a nightclub. We do the after hour spots here in Dallas on Friday and Saturday, and some shit kicked off at the other location, which was just a temporarily spot, which we just said, fuck it, we're gonna wait till we get back into our own venue so that we can have total control. And it's like that once we get back up over there, like we really shaking shit up. But we throw like the hottest parties like here in Dallas, Texas, like real talk. And again, this is something that I really wanted for the whole group because at the end of the day, I'm not selfish. And that's something that this group taught me to how to be a team player. So I wanted this for like our DJs. I wanted this for like our other promoters that's on that's in the cast. But it's like that these motherfuckers didn't want it. Like they didn't want it. So since they don't want it, it's like that I can't stop living my life. You know what I'm saying? Like because you motherfuckers want to be petty. Now I'm gonna continue to grind. I'm gonna continue to stay afloat. And that's basically what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm a grinder. I'm a hustler. So you're going to always see me doing shit. Like here in Texas, you may see me doing shit like someplace else, who knows when. But yeah, I just can't tell you the show. I can't tell you. But we are going to put out a little promo soon. And then y'all will basically see the title of it. And when y'all see the title of it, y'all gonna be like, oh, so that's what they was up to. And motherfuckers is basically gonna be mad at the end of the day. They gonna be mad.
Well, I can't wait to see this reunion. I want to be backstage getting all the tea. I'm just saying because we've been talking about it throughout the course of the interviews for the show, and of course things have happened like on the show, but it's like a lot of the conversations that we've even had on this platform have contributed to further the storylines on the show that are going to be brought to the. So I was just like, this is fucking amazing.
Yeah, and it's so crazy that people really can't like see. Y'all can only envision. Like, damn, could it be this? Could it be that? But I mean, if it's not compelling, like if we can't connect the dots, it's like how the fuck we really gonna put it out? Because then y'all won't understand it. And that's literally what happened towards the second episode that we ended up putting out. A lot of people wasn't showing up like to do they like parts, or this person didn't want to record with this individual because they thought that this was gonna come out. A lot of other people decided to do whatever the fuck they wanted to do. Like I said, everybody knew the essence of the contract on what they needed to bring to the show. Everybody was supposed to do a party. Some people waited until after the contracts was expired, which that's like 9 months outside the fucking contract, like just to basically put a fucking event together. You have people that actually didn't even put a fucking event together. So that's what I'm saying. It was a lot of behind the scenes shit that was going on that nobody really wanted to bring to TV or nobody really wanted to record. And it's like that every time we get in the room, the only thing that's going on is a reading session or a person wanted to do this or come at you for that. And I'm just like, I ain't got time for this shit. I swear to God, that shit was stressing me out. I'm not even gonna lie, it was stressing me out. And then I just grew this anger towards like certain individuals. And it's just like, you never know what that could lead to. Like me and Stanley really, we the argument that we had on FaceTime, that we was going blow for blow, and I never thought in a million years that man would talk to me the way how he talked to me. Just like I'm pretty sure that he didn't think that I would talk to him the way how I would talk to him. But that's not cool. That's not a brotherhood. We should never have to go below the belt like that. And that's something that really took place. And then they had other people inside the group like, well, damn, y'all talking to each other like that? What the fuck going on here? And that was my Neiman. He like, what the fuck going on here? I know you motherfuckers didn't like each other like that. And it's not that we don't like each other. It's just that me and him, we think alike, and it's like that when we go for the juggler. Like that's just how we are, and I wish that people could see like this type of shit and how we can come from this, but it's like that right now we can. And do I feel like I failed as a leader? Sometimes I do, but at the same time, I'm not God. I don't know. Maybe my approach to the situation just ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we need a mediator so that they can convey to him what I'm trying to get him to understand and what he need me to understand. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit. That's working shit out. And again, that's a learning experience, some that someone can learn from, but don't nobody really want to do it. Like that's just how it is. Like don't nobody want to do it. Like if a person asks me to go around him right now, if it's for us to talk our issues out, I would probably say no. But if me and him see each other out in the street, we would just hug and then we just sweep it under the rug like it never existed. Like that's really how the shit is. Like I'm dead ass serious.
I mean, it does, at least just from our interviews. It feels like everybody involved on the platform is really determined, has a good head on their shoulders. Very, everyone's a good person. I feel like just the platform created an environment where miscommunication got involved, and the fact that it's a public platform, people start getting full of themselves. Reality TV makes people alter people's behavior sometimes, but it feels like everybody that has an issue with each other could find a way to come back together. I feel like if it wasn't for maybe the platform or the public, you know, visibility, because sometimes that be altering people's behavior and people be acting differently when the people are watching. And I felt like if nobody was watching, if it was just between the two parties, it'd be a lot easier. But
No, you're right. You're right. And everybody had to play their part. And what I mean by that is the show wouldn't be where the show is if only one person is doing it. We need all y'all help. And I'm not never afraid to say that shit. When certain cast members that's on other platforms was on our show, you had a huge following. We needed your support to post our promos, to get people to in tune to like what the fuck we trying to put out. You got Stanley, you got DJ Ruboy, you got like all that shit plays a part. If you got 17,000 followers on your IG account or on your motherfucking Facebook account, real talk, at least 5,000 of your people that you're in communication with that's watching your story should be able to click that link to go over to our fucking YouTube channel to watch your show, because these are all the people that is basically your friends. These are all the people that's supporting you. Like those are things that I didn't understand. So that's what I'm saying. I never tried to make it seem like that I never needed their help, because I need y'all help. Like that's what makes a team. Like, and I'm never afraid to say that. And I feel like that a lot of other executive producers get out here and make it seem like that they don't need their fucking castmates, but your castmates is the reason for the fucking show. Let's be clear. It wouldn't be a show without your fucking castmates. So I'm letting people know, like, I needed them. And if it's only certain people that's giving 30%, not 100%, then how do we prepare? How do we grow? And that's what people need to realize. And when I saw that shit wasn't going on, that's what created a lot of the fucking drama. Like real talk. That's what created it. Orlando, I give y'all some that won on the show. Tamar Braxton came here to Dallas, Texas. Tamar Braxton. We was recording. Do you think that this motherfucker ended up telling us to come and record Tamar Braxton? That could have been fucking huge. That's part of his storyline. He didn't do that. That's the type of shit that I'm talking about. When we bring celebrities here, me and my business partner, we get that shit on film. Like that shit that people would want to see.
It is.
I know I would. Shit.
Like, come on now. So that's what I'm saying. It's like that. That's why I said you have to be authentic to yourself, because whatever the fuck was going on over there with him as to why he didn't allow us to record that, like he never came to production and told us like, oh well, we can't record it or we can't do this. That's what I'm saying. Y'all just don't understand with so much shit that was going on behind the scenes, and I'm just like, I don't understand it. And it's like only certain people bringing shit to set. Like that's not cool. That's not cool. So that's the reason why I will run with the cast that I run with, is because I know that if Stanley would have brought a celebrity, I can honestly sit back and say Stanley would have allowed us to record it if he had total control over it. Let me add that. If Neiman ended up bringing a celebrity, Neiman would have allowed us to record that. Now, in the beginning stages, probably not, because he was still trying to figure us the fuck out. If Harasi ended up bringing a celebrity, hell yeah, it's because that motherfucking nigga, he happy that he even in contact like with this individual, and this individual helping him out to come support him, because that's just who he is. So that's the reason why I have to say these individuals, because like I know these individuals like have a heart, and that's something that they would want to do. Them other motherfuckers, I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand.
Child. I mean, maybe it could be shyness. It could just be ignorance. Like they may just not know how reality TV works.
I used to think that, but I don't know. It's hard for me to really say. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Baby.
That's the reason why I told y'all, like, people just gotta follow their heart. Like, when you want to do something, you need like just give it that energy, give it that can't stop, won't stop. Like, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I have to do to make it. You know what I'm saying? To do it like within means, though. Like, do that. And I just feel like a lot of these people on here, they don't understand it. They don't understand it. Like, that's just how I feel. I wish they did, because then we would be so much further than we are now. Like when it comes to the brand.
I agree. There's a lot of times with production companies, and we see it with a lot of these different shows, even the show that me and Scotty don't want to talk about no more. They have so much, well, at the beginning, at the inception, they had so much potential and talent at their fingertips, but they value the childish, low hanging fruit drama shit over like legitimate real storylines, and it costs them. Like they had real talented people, but they didn't really handle it well. It just fell through the holes, and it's just like it really sucks that we could really, have these storylines that are really important to our community being told on these platforms, and some people will just let it fall by the wayside. It sucks. So,
and that's not good.
Encourage y'all,
and that's not good, because this YouTube, that is basically a service that could actually potentially put money in your pocket. And what those producers have to understand, you got total control over that. You got total control over this project that you put now. So you don't even know how far your project could even go, but you let that shit that's so middle school get in the way of that. And that's something that I didn't want for this show at the end of the day. So that's what I said. I feel like a lot of people do too have the potential, but sometimes that person may need a little bit of guidance, or that person may like, I don't know, just sit back and like understand like the problem that's going on so that it can be rectified in the group. That is something that I pride on myself. Like I can honestly sit back and say that everything that has transpired, I sat back, I thought about it, and what can we do better? And it's like I try, but I can't keep trying like if you're not willing to put the effort in. So that's the reason why it becomes a standstill until we can get together and we can finish what we was destined to do.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I
I
like that.
just I just appreciate the honesty. Honestly, I appreciate the honesty because you don't get too many producers that would sit here and admit that their brand or what they were building just didn't go the way that it should have went. You don't really hear that often. So to hear someone that owns that and knows exactly what they got to do, I appreciate that. I have to
I
keep
mean, it
saying
would
that.
show authenticity. It's not like you're gonna be able to say that something was so sickening and amazing, and the rest of us are looking at you like,
Well, I'm a superstar, and y'all gonna continue to see me. Like y'all gonna see, trust me, y'all gonna always see me. I'm always gonna like just continue to stay afloat. Like whatever I have to do. Like I'm marketable. I'm a marketing machine. Like you always gonna see me grinding, hustling, like I said, doing something. Like that's what I was put on earth to do. And like I can only be real because hell, it's not like that y'all got to see the remainder of the episodes before you end up talking to one of the EP/cast members on the show to tell you, how things are. I mean, I could have got on here and said a whole bunch of other shit, but because like I take brotherhood like so serious. I won't air that type of shit out, but I'm gonna tell people like the truth about certain shit that needs to be heard because it's a learning experience, not just for myself. It's a learning experience for everyone that's in this group and all the other people that's putting shit up there on YouTube. That's the honest God truth.
and keep doing your thing, because I again got my little toe in this production game, and luckily for me in my situation, my EP, me and him have known each other for over a decade. So that really, really helped out. And he had already produced a different city. He's just bringing a new Atlanta-based city, so he's done it before too. So he has experience. So there are some hurdles that we're able to avoid, but even still, it's just dealing with people and their individual schedules and their egos.
Oh, oh, we
There's
ain't gonna talk about schedules. We let's not even talk about Scott. But I hear you. I hear you. You have to be up for the challenge, though.
Oh my
And and
God.
and and I admire you for even doing that because most people can't really do that shit. That's the honest God truth. Most people can't do it. So I applaud you for that.
But you know what? I'm glad that we can watch and we can support each other's show, because I want y'all to see this shit.
Well, I can't wait to see it.
I want y'all to see this shit. Because by the time we start talking about it, then I can start talking about it, because I can't say shit right about now.
Nah, he can't say a damn
But
thing
when
right
I
now, man.
can, and when shit comes out, I say, okay, so let's talk. Because so I can't wait. I really can't. But Scotty, do you want to start the game? Are we ready for the game?
I'm ready for it.
Sure.
I honestly
Why
feel like he's
not?
answered the question already throughout the interview, but we just don't do it for formality purposes.
Yes, we are.
What's the question?
So, as you've seen in every interview that we've done towards the end, we like to, especially people that are part of an ensemble cast of a show, me and Scotty are going to go back and forth saying the names of other cast members, and you describe them in your own word. Well, one word or one sentence.
Okay. Okay.
um, and I'll go first.
Okay.
Should.
Suge is loyal to those that are loyal to him.
Okay.
Um, Orlando.
Oh. He's really a snake.
Well, damn. All right. Well, Harasi.
He's very ambitious, but I kind of feel like that because of the shit that he'd have really been throughout life, and I really haven't had a lot of one-on-one moments with him to like really find out like why he really is the way how he is, because like that nigga is so cold-hearted. And it's like, damn nigga, you gotta learn how to trust like somebody. Like somebody. So I would have to say the ambitious, that's the first thing. And then the other thing, he's very easily influenced.
Neiman.
Now he told me that I cannot say neutral. So she already knows I have a way with my words. So I will say adjustable.
I don't know why I really feel like I just called this man a car seat.
That's because he adapt like literally like he adjusts to like situations like so quickly. You know what I'm saying? Like he can just about adjust to anything, and that like even when it comes to his creativity, with him being creative, like with the bacon, with the t-shirt stuff he do. Like I mean, adjustable. So he said you said I couldn't say neutral, so there you go, Nina.
DJ Rude Boy.
DJ Rude Boy is like really, I'm serious, he is really shy, but he is such a sweetheart. Like when you really get to know him, he's such a sweetheart. But the main thing I would have to say, DJ Rude Boy is the messiest in the group. I swear to God, he is the messiest. That old queen keep a lot of shit up. I promise to God. Yes.
Whoa.
But I love him. But I mean, that's really me being honest. Like he's a sweetheart. He's shy. But I promise to God, when he loosen the fuck up, I'm telling y'all have not really saw a lot of his confessions. Like that man really got another side that a lot of people don't see. He knows how to read. He be bringing you back the tea, okay? He gonna tell you, like, I'm so sick. He messy.
I'm still stuck at that old queen.
Well, some stuff just recently kicked off, and me and him got into it about a situation. And I told him through his phone, I said, "You too old to keep a mess. Like you can't be doing that. You supposed to be like a role model. Like you supposed to be telling us like what we instead of keeping up all the bullshit." So yes, and I don't care. Look, I said it, and I ain't taking it back. At the end of the day, he already know I love him. So he take it how he want to take it, but
that old queen.
It's your time, Scotty.
I'm sorry. I'm still stuck on old queen.
I'm still there with you, but you know what? It's fine.
I'm pretty sure he probably trying to call me right now, bitch. Like, why you want to do that, DJ Rule? You know damn well I'd beat it like that. Like, but he's such a sweetheart. Y'all really got to see this man. And I just wish he just opened up on camera. But maybe if Stanley due to end up coming back, DJ Rude Boy will be his friend of the show. And then when he warm up to the cameras, you all will get to see another side of him that a lot of people behind the scenes actually saw, because he really is such a sweetheart. And that's really what I fell in love with. Like when it came to him behind the scenes, mind you, I'm watching him, and it's just like how everything like started like in the beginning. It was just it was so cute. It was so cute. It really was.
Sean. This should be easy.
I mean, my friend here go getter, but I mean, he have his faults. Like too, me and him actually had a conversation yesterday, and I told him that I would really like him to start a project and see it through. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like that once he's able to execute the first thing he put his mind to, that is what's going to break down the burial with all the other issues that he may have. Like that's the honest God truth. Like and that's really me speaking from the heart. But I mean he's a grinder. Like he a hustler just like me. Like he grind. But you know, I gotta give you the good and I gotta give you the bad if I'm being fair.
Mm-hmm.
Sharon.
I don't really I know Sharon, but I don't know him like that to say. I mean, the only thing I can say is that I think he's a sweetheart. Like I don't know. I can't really describe him. I can't find the word to describe him. What I will say is that that boy know how to market his ass off. And that's a person that I actually do use to help promote like a lot of my other businesses. That is what I can say. You know what? The word I would say, he is very resourceful. That's what I'll say. Resourceful.
I would agree there though.
I would agree too.
You said
Especially,
what?
I said
I
I would
said
agree with that.
yeah,
Yeah.
because after following him, I see. So
Yeah, yeah, he is very resourceful. And if you call that man and ask him to do something and he fuck with you, he will really do it. So that's what I can say. But I'm excited to get the opportunity to work with him on this other project. Like I'm very excited about that so that I can too find out more about him because I do feel like that he got a good story and I feel like that he's gonna bring y'all that shit too. I mean, we all have our like issues, but like he gonna bring y'all that shit. He gonna bring y'all that shit.
um Stanley.
the I'm gonna give a good and a bad for him too. Um the bad will be that bitch is manipulative. And that can be in a good way or a bad way. Because she has brainwashed a couple people like on this cast. So that's the reason why I say that. And the good thing that I will have to say for her, I truly do feel like that when she can trust you, and when I really say trust you, because people that Stanley trusts and that he's loyal to, he go hard for them. And when I say hard, like one person on the cast, which is Neiman, he go hard for him. DJ Rude
Mm-hmm.
Boy, he go hard for him. Other people that I know who he go hard for. So I feel like that when he open up to you, then he gonna ride or die for you. He really gonna ride or die. But he still got that evil side, that manipulative part. So
I'm gonna say this name just for messy purposes only. Um, I want to hear what you have to say about Lay.
that girl a liar. Baby, she is a liar. I don't see it for her. I don't care for her. I don't even care to talk about that girl, honey. She texts my phone and call me a bitch. I don't care for her. I have done nothing but try to help that girl. The girl, fuck her. That's the same thing I said about the person, and I'll say it again. Fuck you. That's what I got for her. Fuck her.
That's all I can say. That is all I can say. Um, I
Well,
think we've
shit.
named everybody at this point.
Well, shit. I saved the best for last, too.
Yeah, you did, because I wasn't even gonna say that name, but you said it. So,
Well, yeah, did y'all say everybody? Yeah, y'all said everybody. I think. Yeah.
so before Jamar does his closing statement that he always does when he asks the person that we interviewing what he asks, what do you want for people to take away from this interview in regards to your show, the Grind Dallas edition? Because we have interviewed everybody on the cast at this point for the last
Month.
month.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Been a month
what?
already, really?
Yeah, it's been a month.
Yes, it may
Damn.
be a little bit over a month, but what do you want people to take away from this interview in regards to your show, and what do you want people to be expecting in regards to your show? Let them know
I
what they can
mean,
look for.
I want people to know, like, when it really comes to reality TV, that shit is real. That shit is real. Like what we really see, like on other networks, like Bravo or ETV, like with the Kardashians and them, like that shit is real. So just imagine when you on set, that shit is 10 times like, oh my God, even way worse. And shit do happen. And sometimes shit does happen to the point where it really has to come to a standstill. That doesn't mean that, oh, they couldn't finish a fucking project. That just means that shit just got so fucked up to the point where a lot of people just can't see eye to eye. And until you're able to, I guess, channel like your issues within the group and see if y'all can have a meeting of the minds to basically move forward, that's really what happened. That's real shit. We can learn from that, and hopefully that's something that we can too display on TV. I'm just gonna say one of these days, I hope and pray, but I can't put out like a project that's not finished. So I want like all our fans to know, like, I don't want y'all to feel like that we failed y'all, because we didn't fail y'all. We're just going through it right now. Like, this is real shit. This real life shit. And I can honestly sit back and say that I feel like that everyone in this group really do have a certain amount of love for one another. Like, that's the honest God truth. And I think that one day we will be able to come back and talk out our issues. We're just not there yet. And I feel like that when we do come from this, you all will see that, damn, everything that Jeremy was saying, everything that Sean was saying, everything that Stanley was saying, everything that Neiman was saying, everything that Suge was saying, everything that Sharon was saying, that there is hope. That's what I
Okay.
want people to take from this. And then you have to learn from your mistakes, because when you learn from your mistakes, that help you become a better person. So it's a lot of things that I did in this season that I could never, and I can say the word never, that I will never do again at the end of the day, because I learned from my mistakes. And when you learn, you become a better you. You become at that like shit 10 times better. Now I know what resources where to look. Now I know, like, when it comes to streaming, when it comes to getting our shit out there on other different type of platforms, I know how to do what I didn't know back then. That's what I'll say.
Okay.
Praise
Well, before I allow Jamar to speak his speech out, there's one other person that we forgot to name
Cool.
of this cast, and I know they're not necessarily in the cast at this point, but since Jamar mentioned Lay, I'm gonna throw a wrench in this and mention one other person.
If you say who I think you're about to say, you are shady.
Dior.
I I
My
knew it.
baby daddy in my head.
Okay, so this is what I'll say about that situation. Because I don't want to speak negatively, because I know for a fact that he hasn't spoke of me negatively on any of his interviews. And
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, Dior, although he's not a part of our franchise anymore, he is still a part of this brotherhood. I want him to know. Well, I think he really already know. It's just that him and my best friend really don't see eye to eye. And just like how his kids ride for him, I'm gonna ride for my best friend, and he knows that. And I think that's just why we don't fuck with each other. But
Mm-hmm.
Dior is really a cool person. Like when you get to know, I never had no problems with them. I mean, I feel like that it was one person inside the group that was running back, lying to him about a lot of other bullshit. Like when it came to my best friend, but do I think that they would ever admit that? No. Well, he has told me that it was brought back to him. And when I say he as in Dior. But at the same time, I just basically feel like that him and my friend need to work that out. That's not my fight. That's their fight. I'm there to support my best friend and ride or die for him no matter what. And that's just basically what it is. He don't speak negatively on me. I'm not gonna speak negatively on him. I wish the
That
best for him, and I'm pretty sure he wished the best for me on my endeavors.
that is completely fair. I definitely can get with that answer. And you and Sean's friendship kind of reminds me of me and Jamar's friendship. It's just that sometimes when Jamar tells me some stuff and it involves other people, and he probably have kind of made amends with the situation. I don't necessarily make amends with certain situations. If he tells me some shit,
What amends are you talking about?
no, I'm just speaking, just
Oh,
to be. I'm saying if you have gotten into a situation with someone and they made you feel a way and you probably told me about it or something like that, and you probably will be able to get past it, but me,
You probably won't be able to get past it. And
no.
that's like sometimes that's just really how it is. Like that's really how it is. And I can say that his kids really go hard for him. And everybody know I go hard as fuck for my best friend no matter what. I'm not gonna correct him in public around nobody else because it ain't nobody business. But I do tell him behind closed doors like maybe you shouldn't do certain things. And that's vice versa for me too. But I got mad respect for Dior. When we did talk, like it was cool. I'd have been over his house. He came over to my house. He's really a good person. And like I said, I just wish the best for him and his family. And I'm pretty sure that he will wish the same for me too.
Well,
you know
if
what? That's so nice. That's so Miss Plain Universe of you. We really appreciate it.
Well, I be trying. I be trying. I'm not all real. I got an evil side to me, but I'm really a good person, especially a good person at heart. That's real talk. Until you fuck me over, and when you fuck me over, like that's when the evil me come out, and then I just get the. But I mean, for the most part, just like Stanley said in one of his confessions, I fuck with these hoes. I really do fuck with these hoes. I swear to God, I do. Like we can really have like a true real brotherhood if people just really put all that shit aside, because all of us really can be loyal. I just think that we have a communication problem. And once we
Hmm.
can really get past that, I feel like that everybody will be like good, and ain't nobody fucking nobody inside the group no more. Like all that shit got to come to a cease too. So if people stop doing that, then I think that everybody will be cool. Like we'll be cool.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'll be waiting for my own invitation to this home because I see a very lovely home behind you.
I got your number.
That you do. That you do. I'm just saying. Whoever come in Dallas, don't be acting no stranger now.
No, y'all make sure y'all let me know when y'all up here. So I don't, if y'all coming for the reunion or before the reunion, because I do really want y'all to come and take the experience like at our new club, which is like the venue. That's the club that we promote for, the after hour spot. And I swear to God, it is like something like, oh my God, it's unfucking believable. Like it's amazing on the inside. And the that club actually bring out a different side of creativity, like for me and Sean. Like that's the honest God truth. Like there hasn't been one person that has came to that club and said that they will never come back. Like they're yarning like for April 30th to come. And like I told them, I'm gonna continue to like bring them heat, bring them that fire. So y'all have to come and be a part of that. And I'm actually gonna be throwing yacht parties too. Because I have an investor that has a yacht, and now I'm gonna be throwing Sunday yacht parties. Like I said, on this second show that we working on, y'all gonna really see like a lot of shit. And that was actually a clue moment because listen to what I said. We're gonna be doing Sunday parties, okay? Sunday.
He probably got a phone call. Um,
Somebody
I
just tried
think
to FaceTime me, child.
I figured. Now, I've been saying this for the last few minutes. Before Jamar does the closing statement, being that we marketed this interview as Jeremy Stevens, the co-creator, co-executive producer, and cast member of the Grind Dallas edition. Is there anything else that the fans should be anticipating in regards to the show itself? Is there another episode they should be looking forward to, or like the reunion? What should they be looking forward to at this point?
Y'all probably only get a reunion. However, me and Sean have talked about doing like a documentary, and what that documentary will entail if we decide to move forward with it. Will me, Sean, Stanley, Neiman, DJ Rude Boy, if they decide to, do a green screen, Habasi, if he decides to do it. And basically it's just the beat of us telling what we felt within the moment. That's what I would like to happen. If that don't happen, and let's just say shit go left, that 1 hour episode that I was telling y'all about before we actually came on, that is basically for me to use just in case if I had to use it. I mean, at the end of the day, I am a smart cookie, so I ain't gonna never put my eggs in one basket. So if I ever have to add that next episode, which it is to finish, we have just not put it out because we know if we put it out, it's gonna piss a lot of people off. And that's not what we're trying to do. At the end of the day, y'all may think that we're your enemies. We're really trying to bring this motherfucking group back together. We just need some shit to be rectified, and people know their position. And people know, like, if you just want to be a cast member, then be a cast member and do your fucking work, and that's that. If you don't want to be a cast member, then I'm okay with that. If you don't want to be friends and stuff like with us, we're okay with that. I mean, Sean, that's my ride or die at the end of the day. I don't give a fuck about no other friends. That's the honest God truth. So, I mean, long as we can get past those things, then yeah, I feel like that we'll be able to finish some shit. And then if not, y'all already know the reunion date, which is in May.
Okay,
So it can happen either three ways.
so basically the main thing that they should really look forward to is the reunion.
Pretty much. Just the reunion. Because I'm pretty sure all they ask gonna want to show up to that, which is fine at the end of the day. Because everybody already know, honey, I stay ready.
Oh, well,
Baby.
okay. Jamar, closing remarks, please. I didn't even expect for this to last 2 hours, but it did.
Well, I hope you guys were in tune, and all the people that was out there watching, the viewers. I hope y'all enjoyed like the show. I probably like talked a lot, but I kind of wanted to elaborate on a lot of things so that y'all can understand a little bit of what was going on. So I just hope that everybody really enjoyed themselves. And like I said, this ain't gonna be the last time you see this face. You're gonna see me around. You're gonna see me around.
Well, it's. I don't think they would have an issue with you talking a lot. I think you said what needed to be said. People do want to know what happened with the show. Like, I mean, people do want to know. So, I think you did a wonderful job with explaining it. If you ain't gonna get from his word, from his mouth, if you don't get shit else, you're gonna get a reunion. So that's all you need to know.
Truth be told, I'm still at Old Queen from some moments ago. But let me get this question out. Let me get this question out. So we always ask this at the end of towards the end of our interviews. Did you have a good time? Did you feel comfortable? Do you feel like me and Scotty did our jobs as the hosts of the show? Give us your feedback.
Well, if I didn't think you guys were capable of actually interviewing not just myself but my fellow castmates, I would have never reached out to you all. You guys did a amazing job. You guys have been doing amazing jobs. And I've already told you guys that I want to do many projects like with you all as well to come. This isn't the end for us. Like once I end up building that connection with the person, I like to grow with people because I have resources just like you all have resources that could help benefit with what I'm actually trying to do. But you guys always do an amazing job. And I could only say like just continue doing what you're doing is because your platform will continue to grow. People will continue to look up to you all. People will probably make certain type of investments and want to grow with you all as well. So just keep doing what you're doing. I don't have anything negative to say. I like how you all asked me questions, which I didn't really think that y'all was gonna ask me a lot of questions today. So kudos to all the people that literally did the questions. I mean, y'all didn't ask me who I will smash, but I guess you probably didn't ask me because you probably like, well, he'd probably smashed all the motherfuckers anyway, with the exception of my brother. Which you're probably right, but yeah, so y'all did good.
It's not too late to ask that question.
Who would I really smash? Who y'all think? Don't say Rude Boy. Who y'all think?
I mean, well, okay, is it who you would smash or who have you smashed?
Who do you think I will smash? Fuck it. Y'all take it too long. I'll go ahead and just say it. I will fuck the shit out of Neiman.
I was going to say
I knew it.
I was going to say that because after, process of elimination, but you would have to go through me first over my dead body.
That's my brother though. That's my brother though. But if he really wasn't my brother, that would probably be the only person that I would smash. Like, yeah.
You know what? We said this on our interview with Stanley and Neiman that we do feel like this was a very much so attractive group of people that you chose to be on this cast. Just about everybody is great.
Yes. And
everybody.
They can actually all really dress their ass off except, well, he picked up his fashion. Yeah. Yeah. Yes,
okay.
It's a lot of people.
So, with that being said, I really enjoyed this interview. I don't know if it was this damn gas station club till I decided to buy at the last minute because I was supposed to buy some liquor for this interview. I was supposed to buy some liquor for this interview.
Girl, she is
Listen, I was supposed to buy some liquor for this interview and I had totally forgotten all about it. I was in the bed and I texted Jamar and I said, I forgot to stop by the liquor store. I still forgot to stop by the liquor store. He said, you can get up and go now. Then I said, no, I want to wait till after my DoorDash gets here. My DoorDash didn't get here till a specific time, so I said, let me just run up to the gas station around the block and get a club till and call it done.
Well, look, save it for the reunion.
Baby.
Oh. You ain't gotta tell me twice.
Save it for the reunion. Save it for the reunion. I just hope that I ain't gonna have to go off on nobody, but I think that it's gonna be a good reunion once everybody get whatever the fuck they gotta get off their chest, and then we get past that so that we can like get on to back to the business. Cause everybody already know how I'm about business, but yeah. So you
So
gonna have
basically, are we telling them that I'm gonna be there?
go ahead and tell them, announce it.
Okay, y'all. Okay, y'all. If you must know, your boy Scotty Financial TV will be hosting the reunion. Okay, I will be there. Jamar will be there with me. Okay, he will be there. We both will be there in some type of capacity, so we will be there. Okay, we ain't want to say nothing because I ain't want to get in trouble, so I ain't saying nothing.
No, it's okay.
But
It's okay. Y'all ended it with me, so it's okay. It's okay. That's right, and
yeah,
I
so
can't wait.
yes, I cannot wait till we meet you in person. We're gonna have a great time. Me and Jamal will be there. I know one of our other friends. They live in Houston, but they're coming to Dallas just because we're gonna be in Dallas. So we're gonna have a great time.
Okay, okay.
I'm gonna make sure to be nice and hydrated beforehand because I know there's gonna be nothing but liquor and weed.
Okay, well, I'm ready. I'm ready. I
Again,
just
we
want
want to
everybody
thank
to
you.
know y'all can find me on my IG, which is King Emery. That's two N's. That's KINNGEMERY. You can follow me on Facebook. It's my name, Jeremy Stevens. Y'all can also follow our YouTube channel. You will type in City Boys, and City Boys is spelled with the CITIBOYZ Entertainment. That's where you can, get the latest 3 episodes. Plus, we put out a 30-minute like sneak peek of like some of the shit that was going on. But y'all just stay tuned. Believe me, we're gonna keep bringing y'all content. So stay tuned, no matter what.
Baby, and we thank you again for coming onto the platform, Mr. EP, Mr. Director, Creator.
And a lot of other things. All right. Well, I enjoy. I love y'all.
We love you too, baby.
Bye
We'll
bye.
see you soon.
All right. Oh wait a minute.